One time, Srila Prabhupada was reciting some verses from Srimad Bhagavatam. I believe it was from Bhagavatam. It could have been from another source. It described the different natures, not so much the different natures, but the different spirit levels of spiritual advancement that are naturally accessible to different ashrams. So he is speaking of brahmacharis, about grihasthas, and about sannyasis. And there's something mentioned in some scripture where a brahmachari is said to have 50% chance of going back to Godhead, of achieving perfection. A sannyasi, 75% chance of achieving perfection. And a grihastha, 25% chance. So Prabhupada was quoting this from some scripture. So one devotee asked Srila Prabhupada, that Prabhupada, you say that a grihastha has only 25% chance to achieve liberation in his lifetime. But what about Surab? So Surab was the architect, and he was living in the hut with the rest of us, and he had a little office that was created by chittai sheets. And from that little office that was maybe 4 feet by 6 feet, he was sitting on an orange crate and had a makeshift table made out of just found materials. And in that very austere environment, he was creating the design for this magnificent temple. And he was working probably 18 hours a day, if not more. So this devotee asked Prabhupada, what about Surab? He's a grihastha. He's a householder. Does he have only 25% chance to achieve liberation, perfection, Krishna consciousness? Prabhupada stopped. In his typical fashion, would drive his cane into the sand. And he said, he is not a grihastha. He is a sannyasi. So we understood from that these divisions have to do with one's nature, has to do with one's consciousness. It doesn't have to do with one's dress. A sannyasi in dress is not necessarily a sannyasi. And a grihastha in dress is not necessarily a grihastha. Grihastha can be a sannyasi. Prabhupada very strongly illustrated that point.